In woods on the edge of London, one last act of defiance. A protester is using a makeshift arm lock to try to foil the bailiffs. But this would be one more battle lost by HS2's opponents. The eviction teams were determined to prize a handful of climate change activists from their towers built out of wooden pallets.
I think it's very heavy-handed. It just shows quite a lot of aggression in terms of how the eviction teams work. So in total, there have been 5 protesters which have been evicted today.
An activist in a treehouse filmed the bailiffs' early morning arrival in Denham Country Park.
Currently it's looking like a potential partial eviction. We used to have 2 towers in the space that you can see, we now have 1.
The protest camp has been a flashpoint between climate change activists and HS2 for months. Construction gangs are building a temporary road through the woods to allow them to move electricity pylons. HS2 has promised to plant new trees, but Marion, a retired teacher from Croydon, isn't persuaded.
Mainly for me it is the trashing of ancient woodland, the refusal to understand that an ancient tree is so much more valuable than a sapling, which is going to take a long time.
Moving the reluctant protesters from the remains of their tower was a slow process. Eventually they were strapped to a mountain rescue stretcher and lowered by a crane to the ground. The last 2 protesters to leave the tower are now in that black tent with the letters NET on the roof. It stands for National Eviction Team. Inside, but out of sight, the arm lock is being removed. In a statement, HS2 said, "Instead of attempting to delay our work, these activists should clear their unsafe protest camp, stop threatening and assaulting our staff, and stop causing damage to the river and surrounding environment." After today's eviction, some in the camp decided it was time to take the fight to somewhere else.
They've killed all the trees they want to around here and driven through wildlife reserves. All the environmental destruction they want to do in this area, they've successfully done so far. So it's time to move on.
So no point in you staying here?
No, of course not.
But others weren't ready to give up. Tonight, the camp's dwindling community is left wondering what will the bailiffs do next. Simon Harris, ITV News, Denham.